Greetings, thought leaders. Today we tackle an essential skill, especially for contentious topics like critical race theory in schools. Enter the art of outlining and the power of a strong thesis. An outline is more than a list. It's the skeleton of your argument. And the thesis, it's the heart, giving life to your perspective. Let's dive into the block method first. With the block method of outlining, you provide a thorough analysis of each viewpoint separately. And in our example, we're exploring the argument for teaching critical race theory in schools and the argument against it. You'll notice that it begins with a strong thesis statement. While critical race theory provides valuable insights into systemic issues and promotes critical thinking, concerns about its introduction in schools focus on age appropriateness and potential divisiveness. That it would be part of the introduction, which also provides some background on CRT and highlights the importance of education in shaping societal viewpoints. The first block covers that argument for teaching critical race theory in schools, highlighting things like the historical importance, addressing systemic issues, and promoting critical thinking. The second block highlights that argument against teaching critical race theory in schools, with points about age appropriateness, potential for division, and concerns about academic focus. And it all ends with a strong conclusion that reiterates the thesis and makes a call for informed decisions in educational institutions. On the other hand, using the point-by-point approach to outlining, you juxtapose arguments, painting a vivid picture of where viewpoints converge and diverge. So you're discussing things point by point rather than laying out the entire argument for or against as you do in the block method. You still start with a strong thesis statement and an introduction that orients the reader to the topic. But instead, our organization here is by points. The first point being historical importance versus age appropriateness, with subpoints about the gaps in traditional historical education and the cognitive and emotional capacity of younger students to understand CRT. That second point covers the addressing of systemic issues versus a potential for division, talking more specifically about unmasking systemic prejudices with CRT and looking at that counter argument of whether it could promote divisiveness among your students. And the third point looks at promoting critical thinking versus promoting academic focus, specifically on whether it encourages students to analyze and challenge mainstream narratives, or if it might just overcrowd the curriculum and help students to lose academic rigor. In both methods of outlining, you end with a strong conclusion that revisits the thesis and emphasizes the importance of balanced education, or however it is that you need to conclude your essay. In any debate, especially one as significant as CRT in schools, structure and clarity are your allies. Starting with the solid outline and thesis ensures your voice resonates with purpose and understanding. Engage in conversations with empathy and knowledge, and until we meet again, keep refining those outlines and happy debating.